Yeah, so hope y'all had an amazing weekend. The market has been still choppy, but we are just trying to fish the market, but it has been still choppy with less volume. So today's session, it's gonna be about the market structure. I mean, the structure which you get to know about the uh, time frame and the stuff which is correlated to that. Okay, so let's jump into BTC. Okay, let's check the weekly time frame now. Okay, so the first step. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so whenever you're gonna just do an analysis or you're gonna enter a trade, you just check the weekly first, and the main reason weekly is used is to check the resistance. You gonna check only the resistance area here, and the resistance area which I'm talking about is this one. So this one is we call as the major resistance in the daily, I mean in the weekly, and check the dip and check whether it just gave a breakout above the previous zone, and it's still, let me give it an exact line here. Okay, so this is how you check the resistance, and you can trade off in the weekly chart. I mean, like to check the major resistance. These ones are not that major, but this one is pretty major. Reason behind that is price is not want to go above this one. It has been still stuck in the zone, and it gave a downfall momentum till the 16,000 area. So you just check that right now, and this area we call it a key liquidity area, and it's here. It still broke above this zone, but the price hasn't not gone that far to just step into a long trade. So you just wait for one more confirmation, and what some traders they do, they just go on a short position. They're not going to short on the weekly. They just zoom out to the daily, and they just go for a short on this resistance. This is one of the strategies which you could confluence with the daily and the 4 hour and the weekly. So you check here, and it didn't give a breakout, and it just reversed immediately. So the weekly and daily, you just need to make sure you just check the resistance and support areas, the key levels. That's what we call, and you can see those key levels here. This area. Okay, so this one is sorted, and we got the market structure now. We just analyze the market structure, like how is it going to be uh, changed in the future, or based on the volume when it spikes up in the upcoming weeks. So we just check that right now, and the next one we do go to the 4 hour, and the 4 hour is mainly used for the swing points. Swing point in the sense, take this. This one is a swing, this one is a swing, this one is a swing, and this one is a swing. Just giving it a white. Okay. So to just perceive these kind of swing patterns, you gotta make sure you just do an analysis on the 4 hour. You can't do this on the daily or weekly. Those time frames are just used for the support and resistance. I mean, to identify the key levels. To just enter or exit a trade if you're in a swing trade. It's just for the short-term swingers. So next one is the 4 hour, and this one is mainly used for the swing structure to check the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, regardless of anything happen in the market. So we just check that, and if you see this the pattern is really bullish on this. The trend is still intact. We haven't got any short signals yet. So what we do here is to just draw one more key levels here, and the key level should be, this is one key level, and this is gonna be the second. This is one key level, and yeah, this is pretty much the same. This line, okay, let me give it a different color for you guys to easily understand. Give me a second. Okay, so we got the key structures now. So this one is acting was a this one was a break of structure. Break of structure in the sense, like whenever price breaches the previous zone, we call it as a break of structure. So this line, I just view it as a green line, and this one we can color it red because this one is holding the support, right? So this one is red. And since you saw the price breach this area, this green turned into a red, where the new swing, we call this area, let me enter it here. Okay, high, 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 high. And this one should be the higher low, which is gonna come on the bottom. High low. Okay, so we got this now. So we just identified a structure which BTC has formed in the past couple of weeks. So we just got the trend now, and we just need to draw the support and resistance line, and we need to make sure it is on a intact. So that's how we just can enter along a short trade, else the market will go on for a sideways. So this one formed a higher and higher low. So go to this area right here. Okay. So this is how you actually read market structure. You can use your indicators or anything to read these kind of patterns, but this is simply the price action, which is one of the method you can read the market structure. The main reason to identify the market structure is to just identify the trend overall. Like it's so dumb when you short a long market, right? When the market is like this, it's so dumb when you short. I mean, you can short, but on a scalp, but you can't do a swing or intraday big place with a short like 10%, 15%, 20% move. So this is for swing traders who's not want to trade every time or every day. So for them, it's going to be a lot more easier for them to identify the market structure first and then to jump onto a trade. So this one, I'm just going to delete it. Okay, we have a lot of coins here. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the daily and check whether it has been still on the trend. And yes, it has still on been the trend. You can use trend lines too and check the levels. Okay. That's good now. Okay. Okay. So the next method we're gonna see is this one is called accumulation, distribution, and manipulation strategy. This is not exactly a strategy, but this one is like alternate way to check the market structure. So this one I lately posted it on my chat like last week before that for BTC, and it just did the same thing which we did for the past two swings. We did that for this one, and we did that for this swing, both the swings. So how does that work is let me pull out the zones. So when you see patterns like this in the market, it's just simply sideways. There has been no such great volumes or no big funds entering in the market. So this market is purely for intraday traders, scalpers, and like it can be, it's just so suitable for them. They could enter the trade anytime they want, but still it's quite risky because we are on the 4-hour chart now. So this is called accumulation zone where they just where lead retailers just hit their stop losses and they just accumulate more stuffs, and we can't get the volume spiked up here. So this one right here is called the manipulation zone because we got a break of structure, right? This can be also called a change of character, which I'll be explaining in the next section. But this is just a breakout in your terms. So this one just gave a breakout, and this one we call it as a manipulation zone. The price hasn't still gave us a signal for the downwards. So this is manipulation, and this one will be the distribution. So there are three cycles in a swing. How do I say in a swing structure? So I'm just talking about the swing structure. Swing structure. It's not gonna appear every time in the market, like not every month. So we are in a strong swing structure, which BTC is still doing. So we call this as a swing structure. So this one, so that's how this one works. And the first one, we can name it as accumulation, and this one is manipulation, and this one is distribution. So you can ask me why aren't we calling this as a manipulation also, but this is not gonna work like that, because when the market is on the upside, we just need to make sure the manipulation area is mostly likely towards to be on the downside. The logic behind that is, so post every pump we have something called imbalance here. So you all probably know about this already. So market tends to fill this area again and again, like it has to fill this area before doing another move. So you can't blindly short after this. So you can short here, even if you would have short at this point till here, it would have taken ages for you to close a trade. So that's why you always wait for a confirmation trade. And the imbalance is perfectly filled now, as you can see. So we call it as a manipulation zone, and also can be called as FVG, fair value gap. So the market has filled that, and it's it's catching the trend again. There goes the distribution zone. So whenever market breaches above this area, the previous resistance, okay, it's just not gonna pump all the way. So what happens, it's likely to give like 2-3% extra move, like it's not gonna do a great of move above this. So what happens, the people who just bought the coins here, they just simply sell off. So this one is also called as supply zone. I'm marking it as supply. Okay. And yeah, we can see a sell off here, and you did see a sell off here. So this one is called AMD, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So these are the cycles which we have, which will be repeated in the swing structure, regardless which area, which direction it's going. This works flawless on the shorting also. I mean, when the market is doing a downside swing structure, this one is do the same. But on the opposite, the manipulation will be happening on the either side, and the distribution will be having on the downside. And there'll be supply on the down, and there'll be supply on the top. So that's how you read the market structure. This is not going to help you to take any trades. This is just an overview, or is to, for you just to just get an idea of where you can enter a trade by setting the important levels. So that's how you do this one also. The supply zone will more or less be based on the previous supply zone, and yeah, it's almost the same. You can see it here. The previous supply zone was also the same, and the price exactly reversed from there. So these are the zones which happen, and you can see the similar pattern over here also if you get into a 2 hour time frame. So this one is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution is here. Okay, so let's do some analysis on this session. I don't want to get started off with the more about price action. I am planning to do it on a separate course here from the scratch. So let's do some analysis on BTC, what it's gonna do. Let's see. This imbalance is filled. This is likely to be the second imbalance, and this one is also filled. But I didn't expect it to reverse it here. I'm still expecting this key level for a long trade. But let's see how this is gonna work. Usually the markets, which is I mean the Feb March market, where a lot of traders gets wrecked. That's how I hear about the stuffs. And yeah, it's been happening. We see less volume in the market. December Jan was a perfect days. I mean, especially Jan, the move. I mean, if you would have entered long trade, you would have been up like about 60 percentage in ADA and any coins. This one is also filled, and let's jump into the 2 hour now. Okay, expected this imbalance to attract the price, but it hasn't yet come here. But it almost came here. Sometimes it's just wicks out to the area, and you just need to enter a trade. You have to be so quick to enter a long trade. But I fucking missed this move. So let's try for uh, alternate entries here. 1 hour. Okay, the market is so choppy. You can see this right over here. When you see these wicks, I mean, when the candle is 10%, 20% out of proportion to the wicks, the market is still sideways or choppy. I mean, it's better to not trade in these type of market instead of getting wrecked by entering a position with your stop loss, with your tight stop loss. See, even if I get to the 30 minute, it's still choppy. These are also choppy. Look at this, wigged out. So I likely to enter a trade when it breaks above this zone. We have pretty much good amount of wicks here. I am expecting a reversal, and it has already happened here. As you can see here, it touched this area. It almost touched, and it's reacting now. Okay, so what's likely to happen? Here is a FVG, and we can expect the price to come here and go up here and then to reverse again. And post this, anything can happen. It can give a breakout to the downside, or it can catch the bullish momentum towards the up. And the next target, if that supposed to happen, and the next target should be 26 to 24. The reason behind that, this imbalance. So I was telling in the last session, right? Like we have a major imbalance on the daily time frame, and that is this one, this imbalance zone right here. So until this time, we are definitely not in a bull run. This one is a short-term relief rally at the end of the bear run. So this one happens in every cycle. If you check the history of Bitcoin, this one has happened. The same thing has happened. People just instantly buy off everything and think we are gonna do a next bull run. But I'm pretty sure I wouldn't do the long setups right now. I mean, to buy the spot. It's just for the spot plays. So price is almost coming to that soon. Yeah, it's almost. It already came, but it hasn't filled yet. So this one is likely to be our next target, around 26, 20, yeah, 26.4 or something. Yes. Okay. We're still in a discount zone. Price has to break above this, and if it breaks above this, first target will be this swing high. I mean the top, and stop loss will be somewhere below here. And I'll just exit the trade right here. And when it pulls back, I can just simply go on re-entry on the same trade and give a higher targets. But scalping is so, I mean, it's so good if you do scalping in this market, but scalping is still complicated. But yeah, if you have the skill set to do a scalping with the with your confidence, you can get a lot of good moves. I mean, you can easily get like 2-3% a day with 10x and leverage and all. So ETH, this is just a BTC, and if we check ETH, and if you notice ETH and BTC, it almost has the same pattern. It's so correlated to each other. Not the other alts, but only BTC and ETH. So if you are doing an analysis for one coin, it's pretty much gonna uh, work the same way. You don't need to check the other one. And this one is also has the same pattern as BTC does. Okay, the next zone. S- See, the market's getting choppy when it's reaching the levels. That's why I tell you guys to check the weekly and daily time frame. The market is gonna get reacted a lot when it reaches the previous important significant levels. So this one is one of the significant levels. One is here, and look how it reacted to this area itself. This area is not has not had that volume, but it's still been reacting to this area. And the next one is gonna be over here. Okay, so these are the three zones which I'm aiming for the longer, I mean for a long setup, but still I need to get a confirmation. The market is so uncertain right now, it hasn't given us any signals for either short or long. So let's just wait instead of doing a intraday or scalp. I mean intraday or swing, we can do scalp. These are literally a wave. It has been still going on a wave. The price is testing this liquidity area. Okay, we have the liquidity over here. There has been a lot of liquidity sitting in this area. And if you go to the downside, liquidity is here. So the market is stuck in a zone. If you're gonna scalp, you just have to do anything in between these zones. You can short or you can either long based on your levels, and you can jump off into the 15 minutes and then you can fully do your setups. But for a 1 hour trade or a 4 hour trade, this is not gonna be recommend. This is not gonna be suitable for that. Let's check the 1 hour. Yeah, it's still the same. Damn, stop loss is being hunted everywhere. This area here, major hunt. And this area over here, likewise the same. It's still being on a bus. That's why we avoid these kind of patterns. It's better to not just take a trade uh, instead of just playing it as a gamble. You could do, but it's still gonna be. You think it's gonna pump, and look what happened. It instantly reversed here. So that's why it's better to not take any trades sometimes. And they call that trade is a better trade. Even in 15 minutes, it has been still choppy. Damn. Look at the stop hunt here. Imagine you would have entered a long trade here, thinking that the market is gonna give a good volume move and would have kept somewhere target over here, stop loss here, an instant hit, instant stop loss hit. So that's why you always wait for the confirmation. Confirmation in the sense you always wait for the pullback. So ETH has also not given us any signs of any movements for a new setup. Let's get into some alts. Matic is completely different based on the BTC and ETH chart. It's not even following BTC. I mean, only on the macro. In the longer, all coins are related to BTC, but on a macro, this one is completely acting different. And it's been too volatile too. Look at the stop hunt here. This is a manipulation zone.
Hey man, are you perchance taking suggestions for coins to look at?
In the current market, I mean, for the spot or you want to just trade?
Just yeah, just do quick analysis for what you think on an alt I was looking at or actually jumped into as a short.
Yeah, so I am just still on this trade. It's still going on for a side wave, and it's gonna take 100 years, I guess. So this one, Solana and Bit. I entered here. Uh, I entered pretty late on this one, I guess so. So and it's still been going on. I posted this on my chat as well. These both trades. If this is gonna work out perfectly, we'll be getting around 10% on both the trades. And I did 10x on one trade and 5x on the other one. So it's gonna make the whole month probably if this work out. But it seems to be getting a double bottom here. So this might as well reverse till here, and then probably dump or go sideways. So it's been going on a side wave. To be honest, we are not getting an actual entry sign on any other alts as well. Look at how choppy it is. If we get into the mid caps, like Ocean, GRT, and this one is okay. This was one of the market structure which I did here when the price was here. Seems to be the first one was right. Someone was asking me about the Ocean, and Ocean also, Ocean is also kind of the same. It's still been on a side wave. So if you're aiming for a setup, you just probably need to get into a 15-minute or 30-minute or 1 hour. You just no need to get into the 4 hour. 4 hour and 1 hour, it's too much of noise now. We say the opposite in the market, but in the market we are in right now, it's kind of the opposite. So it's been so much of noisy, and this audio, it doesn't have anything to play off. I don't even know. I don't trade audio. It's just for the spot. These coins are not suitable for trading. They just simply hit your stop loss because it's low in volume, right? So you just no need to trade these type of coins. If you're gonna do futures, make sure you do the good volume coins like the top 10 or top 20. Make sure you can even just do ETH and BTC. I recommend that to do when you're a beginner, but you can try top 10, not more than that. You just make sure the coin has good volume towards it, else you'll get wrecked. I mean you could get a easy 20-30% more on this when compared to this one, but you could also get in the other side around, you could also get wrecked with your stop loss. It's going to be so wide if you're going to do future trade on these coins. So this is just for spot place. Just throw $150 and just leave your bags for a longer run, and these coins will probably do well. And the coins which I am eyeing on right now is Render, GRT, Ocean, and Fed. These coins I'm kind of expecting to do well on the long run, and especially with Render, it seems to be they're going to partner with Apple in the future. So this coin, I just have it on a short list, and I just got this coin here on the exact bottom, and let's see till where it goes. So Atom, we do have the same one. Dot, almost the same. Let's check if we could possibly get one trade setup. Okay, so 4 hour, it's just pretty much all the coins are in consolidation zone. So we are likely to not enter in 4 hour. Maybe in 1 hour we could check for some coins. And one more thing, if you're gonna see these type of wicks, just avoid the coin instantly. Like just don't take any trades on these coin. I mean maybe you can scalp, but just lower on these type of coins. The reason why I'm telling you that is look at the VIX. It's been the price has been the bulls and bear just they have been just fighting who's gonna win. So it's better to avoid these kind of coin. And I don't know why XRP is one of them right now. This is just for the trading, not for the spot. I mean, just I'm just gonna compare it. Look at this price action and look at this price action. Look at the VIX. Even if you're gonna scalp, it's gonna easily hunt your stop loss. Even if it's gonna be like a zero point 0.5 stop loss, it's gonna instantly kill your stop loss and get away from the trade. So that's how you enter a proper price action, like a high quality price action. And this one is also whack Doge. Look at the price action. VIX has been pulled out everywhere. Yeah, this one is pretty good. Okay, I'm expecting Uniswap. a potential setup. Let's shortlist this now. LTC though, but I'm gonna refrain from LTC now. I don't really like the price action which LTC has now, so let's move on to the next. Okay, this one seems to have a potential setup. Now, the same pattern which we saw in XRP. You can identify these patterns in on 1 hour mostly, and sometimes even in 4 hour, but it doesn't gonna matter if you wanna enter a swing trade and you still have pretty big picks. Okay, this is one of the trade we just posted a day ago, and this is also live. But yeah, that's why I tell you guys to not enter a trade in the sideway market. I mean, if the market would have been healthy and if it had the same momentum as last month, every trade which I am in right now, it would have been already hit. And look at how it's traveling the waves. It's just going on the wave. It doesn't gonna hit your stop loss, neither do your profit. So that's a hard carry one. It's gonna be stuck on the zone. So that's you gotta revamp these type of trades when the market is on the side waves. Okay, so let's check the Uniswap which we had on our watch list. Okay, so now we just identify the market structure. This one is on 1 hour. This one is the zone. This one is the manipulation zone where they hit your stop loss. You think it's gonna go down, but it exactly reversed. And this area is scotch. You can call this as breakout zone. And where do we see the supply zone? Supply zone is over here, the previous wicks. Let's name it supply. Okay, so you can see the liquidity breached these zones, 1 2 3 4 5 6, the 6 waves, and it's getting reacted to this zone over here. This is the imbalance zone. Okay, okay, it has filled the imbalance zone now, but now the market is still having the bullish momentum. But maybe we could, so this one especially, it has two setups right now. So one, the first plan, either we can get into a short trade here and we can keep a target till this resistance here, and the second one, either we have to wait till it comes here and then we could enter on a long trade. And the risk to reward on these two trades is, I would prefer for the long one. The long one would have more risk to reward. Risk to reward in the sense, like, if you're going to risk one, make sure that you capture like at least of 2.5 or 3 percentage in the market. That means, like, if your stop loss is 2, your gain should be more than 5 6 percentage on the spot. So imagine if you're gonna enter a short now, you could enter a short and you could keep it here, and the market has still been on the choppy side. So this might hit as well. Logic behind that, imagine you saw the red candle here and you instantly jumped onto a short trade thinking that it has a strong bearish momentum and it's going to retest the nearest zone, and look how it hit. Even if you would have kept above this, it would have hit. So that's why we wait for confirmation. One reason why it's so significant to check the confirmation first, to get the signal first and then to enter. Let's jump on to the 30-minute. Not yet. 15. This also be the same. Okay, it's stuck on the arch. This area, the one which I drew here, this is to make sure to check the liquidity. These zones, we call it as liquidity zones. They call it as trend lines, but in the other way, you can just call it as liquidity zones. So make sure the price actually breaks above this. It has to check everything here. Okay. And it has given a fake out here. Okay. So I'm gonna mark this area over here as my first liquidity area. And so imagine if I'm gonna enter short, I need to make sure the price comes below this. So how does that work? Price is gonna go likely test this area, and if it breaks above this, the first one, it could directly fall instantly, like instantly without a retest. So we can't escape from these moves. So this one is doesn't gonna happen every time. I mean, in 20-25%, this one is likely to happen, like a direct fall, direct hit to this imbalance zone. It's likely not gonna give us a retest. The type 2 which I'll enter is, what's gonna happen, likely scenario, it's gonna come here, get to this zone, and then it's gonna further drop. So this is how we enter a trade. This one is on a pullback. Imagine, I'm gonna zoom it. So this one is a liquidity area. You can see it right here, right? That one is a liquidity area. Make sure the price goes above this. Even if it's gonna reverse, make sure it closes above this. Like, how do I say? Imagine, okay, imagine this is a candle. Okay, imagine this is a candle. So how do we understand the price getting reacted to that zone is, make sure the candle, the body of the candle is at least 25 percentage above this previous wicks. So you can see this wicks, right? Like, I don't want the wicks. I mean, even the candle, the body can be here, while the wick will be till here. It doesn't matter. It has still not given a breach zone above this one. So I just need to wait for the perfect confirmation. It's just played out by the whales. So make sure the body is above this zone. So this 2 week, right? I said at least 25 to 30. And if you find a similar pattern, if the candle is above this and it closed, like, you need to, one of the main reasons, the second reason is, make sure to enter trade only after the candle close. Do not enter right away. And if you enter right away, this is likely to happen. Look at this. This is a strong bearish candle. You thought it's going to go down, but what happened? It instantly went reversed up and it just hit all of your stop losses here and it went on a side wave. So make sure this happened. This is your first tick whenever you want to enter a trade. This work on either sides, either on long or short. Make sure the candle closes above or below the previous wicks. And if that happens, and look what's happening now, the market is being reacted. And if that happens, okay, I just simply set my orders here, and it could come here. It will always retest to the previous support, and previous support is this area. And I just enter a short here. It depends on where you're keeping your stop loss. If your leverage is low, you can keep your stop losses above these wicks, or if you're going to do a quick scalp or something like that, you can keep your stop loss somewhere here. But scalp, you need to make sure you just need to exit it quick. If you're going to catch 2% or more than that, it doesn't make sense to scalp. So just make sure you exit quick. Try to aim for like 0.4, 0.5 movements with like 10x, 20x leverage in scalps, preferably. But what I'll do, I'll just go on for this move. So we saw this area, right? The one which I talked about previous, the imbalance zone. So this zone, imbalance zone is nothing but the price hasn't reacted with one more candle, like another candle. So the candle, like, we'll be only seeing a candle solely making a move. So these kind of areas is called imbalances. In the sense, people who just entered here, they just need to exit. So they've been holding it. So price always tend to get reacted to get pulled back to this zone. And this one is my imbalance zone. Okay. So my plan is, price is going to breach above this. It's going to retest, and we call that as change of structure. I'll be explaining about that in the upcoming section, because we have to go through the from the scratch on this price action course. I'm going to keep my stop loss here. I'm going to risk 1% on this trade. Stop loss is here, right here. The reason why stop loss here is price has tested. The price hasn't gone up further. So if it goes further, most likely 70 80% it's gonna go up further, or else it could touch here and it could return. So that's why you keep stop loss a little bit above to these zones. Not, you don't want to keep it exactly on this area. And my entry is here, and my target should be here, this imbalance zone. You can take your profits on a ladder. You just no need to wait till here, because not all of the times it's gonna uh, fulfill all of your TPs. So make sure you set levels. So make sure you set first level TP1, and make sure to enter on the second zone, the zones where a lot of volumes is in. This is the second zone which I can see pretty much good volume. So this one is likely to be TP2. So what can be possibly happen is it can come till here, I mean the TP2, and it could reverse to the next mode. So you could enter, you could exit here, keeping it as the final TP. Okay, price is almost coming down. Yes. Do you all have any doubts on this? You can put it on the chat, or you could ask me. I'll clarify that on this session now. I'm gonna check the chats. Okay. So that's all. So I just simply do an analysis, and I just keep the coin on the setup. I just simply observe it, and I just keep alerts whenever it hits the price, and I just simply manually enter the trade. This one is manual trade. You don't need to set orders because it's not gonna work the same way as support and resistance trade, which we do in 1 hour and 4 hour. So Uniswap, this is my idea. Let's jump on to A. This one has been a straight move up and a good reaction here on the top of the resistance here. See how it got reacted here. Liquidity zone. Not bad. Oh, 5 minutes is so choppy. Let's stick with 15 minutes now. Okay, so the confirmation for this trade is this wick, which is right over here. This should be my confirmation for the short. I'm gonna keep red. Price hasn't gone above this one, so this one is likely to make my confirmation. And the same stuff as we saw in Uniswap. Price would come here till here, or even till this area, and retest here, or it could also retest till here. So that's why you keep your stop loss above this zone, not on a tight way. The next imbalance zone will be this one. So this area is likely to be my first target. Okay, you could see that resistance, support. This one is resistance and this one is support. Look how perfectly it's just hold the support here and it just went back up. So this one is likely to be my first target, and this one a second. Same thing happened here, support and resistance. So that's what happened when you understand the price action. It's so flawless if you can read the support and resistance and the VIX, which is getting reacted again and again. And the same stuff happened here. Price is going on a zone. It gave a breakout above this, and it's now acting as a new resistance. That's how we trade levels. And this one is likely to be my second target. So this is fair enough to keep a target hill here, but price could most likely could also go till here to this zone. Okay, it's giving a breakout now. Let's see. I'm not going to enter now. You don't want to chase any trades. Anything can happen. Just don't get influenced by these type of candles. It seemed to like it's gonna dump, but in most cases it doesn't gonna do the same move. So this should be my trade setup. This is gonna be like 4%, and you keep your stop loss above this. So make sure you exit 50% on your TP1 and the remaining 30 on your TP2, because most of the trades it'll hit till TP2, and sometimes it could reverse till the entry and it could go hit your stop loss. So you don't want to hold your backs entirely. So that's why you take profits in the ladder. So make sure you split profits and take one on the TP1 and one on the TP2, and the remaining you can let it run even above this if in case if it does go. So for that you just need to make sure that you move your stop loss to your entry. You don't want to risk. Even if your trade is here, if it's gonna go up, most likely it's gonna go hit your stop loss and go furthermore. So that's why you move your stop loss to the entry. And I told you guys, right, do not get manipulated by this candle. Look what's happening. It was so fucking red that it's gonna go down, but now it's not gonna do the same move. So that's how it works. Let's check Uniswap. Not bad. The market would have had the same volume, this trade would already be done. I mean, at least till here, till half. So this is what happens when the market lacks momentum, and that is because of BTC. So these are the two possible setups for a quick intraday scalp. You can keep it on your watch list and you could track this. And this one I am still on this trader. Exited 50% here, and I am expecting it to come at least till this area, not till here, to this area over here. So I'm planning to exit all of my holdings over here on 21.05. Let's see how this one is also going. Okay, we just got this entry so perfect, but it didn't come to a level instantly. What I thought is I just did an analysis over here. So you just saw the breakout pattern which I explained you lately, like recently, right? So the same thing happened here. This area, you call it as trend line. So mark it as liquidity zones where the liquidity lies. So price broke down, and imagine you could always chase, but it's not going to do the same move. So what I thought of is price is likely to test this area and then to come here, but it didn't do the imbalance right away, but it's doing it right now. Look how it's doing it right now. The price was literally here when I did this analysis, and I cooked the analysis on this premium and discount zone, and I thought like it's gonna go up, but I didn't enter for this zone, and now it's reacting to this area. So it has to fill the imbalance every time. At 90% of the time, it's gonna fill the imbalance, and this is the imbalance. This candle is slightly red, like it doesn't it has not reacted with any other candles. So price always tends to get to that area and continue the trend, and the trend is downwards for this, right? On a longer time frame, check the patterns, check the market structure always. So it's forming a lower low, lower high. It's full of downtrend. So whenever it reaches the entry again and post hitting all of the targets, trade will most likely jump on to a newer targets, and that will be furthermore. So if this is gonna work, this one is gonna be around 13%. And imagine if you go with 10x, 130% a week. That's all, you're done for the week. Let's see how it goes. So we were on this trade. This one, which I posted 3 hours ago, we entered here. We entered here on this zone, and price tested this zone. This is our TP1. So the reason why I tell you guys to enter your profits in the take profit one is anything could happen post that zone, because If you want to be on a logic side, you just make sure to enter everything on TP1, but sometimes it could also do a further move. So you can risk like 30-40% of your portfolio, like your holdings, till the next target. So that's why I tell that. And this one has given, we entered here, and this one has given us two TP hits. So it reversed and it gave us one more hit here. But I told you all to exit this on the break even after hitting this. So let's see how this possibly is going to work on the next move. This is my expectation, but yep, let's see how it goes. These coins are not, it doesn't have that much potential for future and all, but because this one pretty much doesn't have that much volume towards it, so it's kind of risky for a futures play. Look at the volumes getting spiked up here and hitting the stop losses. So yeah, these four coins and these two setups you can add in your watch list, and you could look at this. It's changing. It's completely changing the structure now. This one is gonna. This one is acting as a bullish candle now. This one was bearish, so that's why you wait for the candle. Let's check XPX. Okay, SPX is also on a downward trend. PXY. And one more thing, you there is a thing called total two. This is a combination of all the crypto, and it just gives you a single chart of the volume of all the cryptos out there in the market. So this one is called total two. Total two. You could add this on your watch list, and you could get an idea of which. I mean, you could get an idea of the market structure, whether it's on a bearish side or whether it's on a bullish side for a swing high and swing low. So total is also choppy. Look at how choppy it is. So this was the best case. So this happened literally on Jan. So this is how we captured like 40-50% move, and now it's coming down. It's kind of chilling. So what happened? This is likely like a storm before a calm. Calm before a storm. I'm sorry. So the next move, we could check this. You could keep an eye on this, and you could keep an eye on XPX. So most likely BTC will tend to follow these two patterns. Apart from that, yeah, the market is still Forex. Let's check Forex. Forex is healthy. It's still giving a good moves, especially or USD. I don't trade much Forex, but let's see if we could possibly get into some good setups in the future. Okay, ETC is still here. It's still here. We started from here, and it's still stuck on the same zone. It has not done any move, even in 5 minutes. Even if I get into one, usually 1 minute charts will be so quick. Full of zones. Hmm. Let's check. What is our Uniswap doing? Seems like it's giving a breakdown. This one is likely to follow it later, but this one is fluctuating now. It's getting reacted. It's getting rejected on this one. If I zoom in, check this. It's getting reacted on this one. So there is an imbalance area here. So price could go to this zone before dropping, and then to this zone, and to then to this zone, something like this, or a straight fall. You can't regret for missing a straight fall because you're not going to know when it's going to happen, whether it's going to fall directly like that. So no regrets if you missed a straight fall or jump move. So it's all right. I still didn't enter the straight. I told you about the level, right? So I need to make sure it has to come above the level. That's how you not enter any trades directly. Patience is one of the main. I mean, patience is everything in trading. Patience, risk management, and psychology. These stuffs are 90% in the trading. You could understand the technicals and all, but the patience, the risk management stuffs, it affects on your experience. It's so correlated with that. That's why you need to make sure you just check the charts, or you can just use a way lot more methods when you get that over your experience. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. I didn't want to explain any specific topic on this section. This is all about just the basic overview of a market structure and just BTC and ETH. So let's do some price action on the next session, which we're gonna have on the next Wednesday. So you all have any doubts regarding anything? You could just ask me. We can start off with a Q&A session, or if you wanted to do an analysis of any coins, I could do that too. You all live? I guess you all slept off. Can I get a voice? Okay, someone has replied. Okay, so I guess we could wind this session here. Uh, it was nice catching you all. Let's see whether these trades gonna work. I'll post these analysis on the chart. You can keep an eye on this, and maybe if I get a possible potential setup tomorrow or day after that, I will update that on the chat. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, let's wind this session up. See you all. Thank you.